Right now in the state of Texas, if you carry a knife, it has to be single-edged and under 5.5 inches. But come September 1st, you might start seeing larger, sharp objects like this sword out in the public.
Katana styles over here.
Ana Escobedo spent years selling these items, knowing they were heading from her display case to a buyer's home collection. Now, she might run into them in the street.
No limit. So carrying a sword down the street, carrying a Bowie knife down the street, completely legal.
House Bill 1935 was originally shelved after police in Austin said a man killed one student at UT and injured 3 others with a large hunting knife. The bill, though, got approval and signed into law by Governor Abbott last month.
I think it was just more to give people more rights and to make sure that they felt like they were free to carry what they wanted.
People on September 1st can start carrying swords, Bowie knives, spears, and double-edged blades, and even machetes. The law won't apply to places like schools, prisons, hospitals, amusement parks, churches, and bars.
The idea that somebody's walking down the street with a sharp object that's maybe larger than your toddler, that can be pretty alarming for people.
But former Garland police detective, now private law enforcement consultant Clint McNear says he doesn't expect much change.
When Open Carry came about, there was some initial fear of, is everybody going to be carrying guns everywhere, or is there going to be shootings everywhere? And I really think this is going to mirror that.
He says police are briefing their officers, but it's not usually what's in the open they're worried about.
But it's really the unknown. Does the guy have a weapon concealed on him?
Now, we did reach out to several law enforcement agencies in North Texas. Most didn't want to comment about the new law. The ones that did get back to us indicated they didn't expect too much of a change. Reporting here in Fort Worth, I'm Jeff Paul, CBS 11 News.
Okay, so that's really an interesting article. So basically, this law has gone into effect already, where you are now allowed to carry swords, double-edged knives like these here, machetes like this here. You know, it's really common sense that you should be able to do these things. And being a resident of New York as well as Connecticut, and recently I bought property down in Texas, you know, this law applies to me, and I thought it was interesting. So basically, Texas gets it right, and Connecticut and New York, you know, they could just suck it, because really what states like Connecticut and New York do is they just allow criminals to do whatever the hell they want to do, and they don't let law-abiding citizens do what they want to do. And so what I mean by that is, you know, if I'm a criminal, I'm not going to be too concerned about carrying something illegal, because I'm a criminal. So I'm going to carry a knife like this, which is, again, illegal up here. I'm going to carry this because this is what I do. I'm a crook, I'm a thief, I'm a thug, I'm a lowlife. So I'm not going to worry about, you know, carrying a knife like this. But an honest person who wanted to carry this, you know, would get penalized. But now in Texas, they've made up for that. And besides having the open carry of guns, which is also a brilliant idea, they now have open carry of any type of knife or sword or whatever. And just like the guy said in the video, that some people were up in arms when the open carry gun law went into effect, thinking that it's going to look like the OK Corral down there in Texas, and that never happened. The same thing, some people will be upset about, you know, someone walking around with a bigger knife or you know, machete or something like that. But quite frankly, you won't see any normal people walking around with the sword, okay? But if you want to have one, you now are able to do that. But you will see people that, you know, want to carry knives like this. Now, these are boot knives, double-edged boot knives, and I've had these for a couple of years, and I really never take them out of the house because, you know, someone deemed that this is a dangerous knife because it's sharp on both sides. Well, you know what? It's no more dangerous than this knife here. I could inflict a lot of harm with this cheap little plastic wooden knife, whatever it is, with one side blade. So, you know, these laws are really just ridiculous. But again, I'm glad to see that Texas got it right, and I'm so glad that I'm a part-time resident of Texas. It makes me proud to go down there and when I go into the gun stores down there, it's literally like a 5-year-old kid going into Disneyland. I'm just blown away by, you know, what you can get down there. Anything that I see on YouTube is, you know, for sale down there. And, you know, so many times I watch these other gun channels, I'm like, God damn, you guys are so lucky. And you know, even now the new Glock 17 Gen 5 has just come out, as well as the Glock 19 Gen 5 comes out. But I can't buy those in Connecticut or New York because they hold, you know, 15 rounds. So I'm not going to go buy a Glock 17 and then put a 10-round magazine in it, because that's just stupid. So anyway, once again, my hat's off to you guys in Texas. At least you know what you're doing. At least you cherish the Second Amendment, and you cherish your citizens' rights. So thank you very much. All right, have a good day, everybody.